Turkey, the government, is selling off some of their income-producing assets, in this case, a bridge, a multi-billion-dollar deal for iconic bridges. So the point that I'm trying to make in this is part of the strategy happens as we're moving through this trend cycle. Desperate governments do desperate things. And one of the things that they do is they sell off their income-producing assets, say like these main bridges, or like a main police force, or the Senate building, or something like that. We will get into this more as we go along, but I'm going to have to go to Turkey because Turkey keeps proving my point. And this is one of the things that we're going to look for. It is not time yet. They are too far ahead of this. We still need a major global crisis, which I don't know exactly when we're going to have that, but I can pretty much tell you we're going to have it. So again, Turkey is showing the whole point of what we are doing is setting up to position into gold. Actually, it would be this kind of gold that we would be positioning into. And there are different layers of this depending upon what you're trying to accomplish. But there will come a point in here where we will convert this into those income producing assets, whether it's from the government needing to sell a toll road or a parking lot or whatever they've gotten, or individuals needing to do it based upon the leverage. So all that building that you see going on, I mean, I know here in Phoenix, you'd think everything was hunky-dory, but those things take a long time to put into place. So if they're highly leveraged, they're going to be coming back on the market. And I truly believe, we'll see, but I truly believe that this next time, because it's the very end game, it will look very similar to the early 90s in Japan, where residential real estate dropped 85% from the high, and commercial real estate dropped 95%. So be prepared. Okay, because it's coming. But what I also wanted to show you is what's happening in the spot market, because we recently talked about that top, where it goes up to a level and it pulls back. Well, of course, we've had another breakout. And the reason where you're seeing that little circle, I want to warn you, there is a tiny little gap. And you're going to see the same kind of thing on the spot silver chart as well, where there is a tiny little gap. And here's the thing. At some point, all gaps will be filled. That means that you can expect a bit of a pullback on the spot market to fill that gap. I can't tell you exactly when, but you can see the red when you're looking at this chart. That red is down days, right? And so we will get those, but spot gold and spot silver have broken out to more new highs. Will this continue? Yes, it will, because uncertainty is just growing and growing and growing. Something else that I really wanted to bring up is this article that one of our strategy specialists found and shared. Vietnam erases 86 million bank accounts. The Great Reset in motion. And this comes from Armstrong Economics, whom I'm hoping to have him on soon. But Vietnam has erased and or frozen 86 million unverified bank accounts as the nation surrenders to the globalist Great Reset, because these owners of these, well, they're not really owners of the bank accounts. The banks own them. But the people's name that was on there, they must be biometrically verified. It's one world government, and they really want to get you inside of this box where they have absolutely full control. So I will be looking into this even more, because coming to a theater near you, we certainly know in India there's been a huge push for a number of years in the biometrics, and they went ahead and did a denomination where they denominated about 85% of all of the currency that was out there. So I'm telling you, whenever it happens anywhere, all of the central bankers are paying attention and are watching. They want full control. I don't want them to have full control. Do you? So here's what we can do. We can become our own central bankers. We can execute a sound money strategy, come together in local community to create surety in all of those mantra pieces: food, water, energy, security, barterability, wealth preservation, community, and shelter. And when we're doing that, we've also got to come together in global community and demand redeemable gold back in the monetary system again. If we don't take our power back this time, I don't know when the next opportunity is. Now, it isn't going to be before the stablecoins create that hyperinflation. No matter what happens, they have to generate that hyperinflation to get rid of all the debt. So we may see, actually, technically, I believe it began in 22. So, and I say that because of the monetary velocity chart and that huge pattern shift. And that's what I try and show you in everything that I'm doing. What's the pattern? Because when something shifts, it doesn't matter that you don't know what the next most likely outcome or the next outcome is going to be. You just know, something has changed. And make no mistake, when President Trump signed the Genius Act, he changed the global monetary system, because that was the first legalization of this surveillance money, this programmable money. So we need a big crisis. You're going to see this. You're going to see the Fed and all the global central banks starting to do this again with the more money printing. They don't really have any choice. They don't really have any tools. They have to get rid of the debt, because they have answered my question. What's going to justify new money creation? Well, first it's going to be yours and my spending, right? Amazon, Walmart, you're going to see so many stable coins being issued by all of these corporations, and then those corporations will turn around and buy U.S. Treasury debt to, will it be fast enough to support the market from those that are leaving? I don't know, but that's the next piece. Is it going to happen fast enough? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but we'll find out. If, however, you have all of those 8 mantra pieces installed in a local community, your standard of living will be reasonably protected. Is it going to change? Sure. Everybody's standard of living is going to change. Everybody's. Nobody's going to be completely immune from this. But whether or not you have the ability to feed your family, that's going to matter a lot in this next iteration. That's why growing a garden is so important. You've got to create surety in the things that you need every single day. Thank you guys so much for being here. And until next we meet, truly, please be safe out there. Bye-bye.